Okay, so that's for the quick update. Okay, so let's take a look at one of the pairs that the dollar yen that we have our pending order in, right? Okay, the market is really just some of it are moving, some of it are really just not moving. Like you take a look at dollar yen since Monday when we talk about it, price is basically just going sideways, right? And I want you to know that if this is happening, just be patient. Okay, there's nothing to be frustrated about, because why would you be in a trade when price is just not moving? You wouldn't want to be that. You would be even worse. Okay, right now, if you feel frustrated that, hey, how come, I have an order and the market doesn't fill me in when the market doesn't move, okay, I can tell you that if you're in a trade and that happened, you're going to be even more frustrated. Okay, so do know that if you're not in a trade, market is just not moving, okay, that's normal. Okay, sometimes the market are in a corrective phase and it's just taking time. Okay, so for this, the entire setup is still there, it's still valid, nothing has changed. You realize that it's still this correction that we're looking out for. Why we are interested in that buy is really because on a bigger scale perspective, this is a very, very lucrative upside. Okay, so I'm willing to be a little bit more aggressive and take trades to the upside if there's an opportunity, right? And this is a valid opportunity, so I'll be more interested to really kind of like monitor this and see if we can be involved in the dollar yen. Okay, so that's a quick update on this. Nothing much, we just leave it there. Okay, everything is still intact. Okay, let's take a quick look at some of the other setups. Okay, over here, these are the ones that I'm focusing for today. I think there are some decent setups going on over here. Okay, first up is Aussie dollar. Okay, I believe if you still remember, we talked about this yesterday as well, or even Monday, right? I mentioned that this here doesn't look very impulsively. There's a possibility this is just a correction to the push to the upside. Okay, so I will be a little bit cautious on executing this trade. Okay, and let me just remove that to not confuse you. Okay, and let me add this in to confuse you. Right, the idea here is a lot of people, when they look at the charts, okay, and then you see trend lines and things like that, and then I would say to someone who is new in trading, okay, adding in all these lines can just totally change your perspective. Okay, now if you look at this drawing here, okay, so I remove some lines, I just look at this, okay, what would your perception be? Your perception is, oh, okay, we have a pole, we have a flag, let's take the buy. Okay, so that's your perception if I add in just these two lines, right? But if I were to change it a bit, okay, now let me change this whole thing a little bit, right? Just by removing these two lines and I add in this line, what do you see? Okay, you would see, oh, it's an uptrend and price has broke the trend line, and let's take the sell. Okay, so again, trend lines can be quite deceptive in a way, okay, depending on how you put it, depending on your experience on it, whether you can see through, the different possibility. I'm not saying that it's not useful, okay, it's very useful for visual aid, because again, you can see the power of it, right? By putting the line here versus putting the line here, okay, it makes a whole lot of difference, okay, for someone who can't really see through the possibility of what the different scenario can happen. Okay, so in a way, I would like to train you guys to have the ability to see all this as well. Okay, and I always emphasize that these trend lines here are not for trading, they are there really for visual aid. Okay, it's to help me communicate my thought process, my analysis to you, because when I put this line here, what am I trying to communicate to you is to tell you that, okay, this is a possible flag. Okay, if I change this and I put my trend line over here, what am I trying to communicate to you? I'm trying to tell you that, okay, there's a possibility that price has broken this up move and we are ready to go down. Okay, so I want you to see that it's just a means for communication. Okay, so I hope you see that.